Roller coaster relationships can be fun for a little while, but just like roller coasters, eventually if you don't get off, you're gonna get sick. Hey guys, welcome back to 5nothing100nothing.com. I am Fugget, the fittest underdog guru using intelligent tactics. Guys, today I want to talk to you about those roller coaster relationships, right? The ups and the downs, the good, the bad, and the ugly. When it's good, it's really good. And when it's bad, it's the worst, right? If you've been through it, give me an amen. Raise the roof. Roof. Yeah. You can tell I'm an oldie, but a goodie. All right, guys, check it out. So if you've ever been in a relationship where it's super hot and then it's super cold, right? You don't know what you're getting the next minute. It could be, starts off like love at first sight. Everything is awesome. You love spending time with them. You know, the intimacy is passionate. It's ridiculous. And then those things happen, right? Could be just a word you mention or a comment or something that you guys weren't on the same page with, maybe miscommunication. And all of a sudden, boom, it's like from extreme high to extreme low, right? You don't know if you're laughing, crying, if you're excited, if you're depressed. It's bad. And the thing is that, you know, you live long enough, you start to have some of those in your back pocket, right? On your resume, so to speak, or your black book, or not just on the post, whatever they call it, well, whatever the kids are calling it these days. And you know, it's really tough, where it's almost like an addiction, right? So like a drug or alcohol addiction or something. You know, you use it and all of a sudden you're higher than high. Everything's great, but what goes up must come down. And then on the way down, everything's just really bad, right? You need maybe another hit to feel better. And sometimes just too much of a good thing is not a good thing. Too much of a bad thing is a bad thing. So, you know, if you find yourself in one of these situations, you've got to examine first off your contribution to the ups and downs. Because sometimes, you know, we like to pin the other person as insane or, you know, drama and all these other things, but, you know, we fail to recognize what we might have done to contribute to that. And first, examining yourself, right? Look inside and say, is there anything I'm doing that could be adding to this or sparking a fuse, you know, lighting the fuse, I guess. And, you know, eliminating those things about yourself, because really at the end of the day, the only thing you can do, the only person you can really change is you. And if you want to go down, you know, I guess I'm looking for an analogy. If you want to go down the rabbit trail, you want to open up the can of worms, you want to have a impossible mission of sorts, try to fix somebody else, right? And the thing is, it's not that you're trying to fix them if they don't recognize that there's anything to fix. They might think they're perfectly fine the way they are, you know? Or say they're going to work on something, but they really never do. They just really assume you're going to accept them for who they are or be so in love that you're not going anywhere, and you'll be the one to change and accept that bad behavior. And again, it goes both ways. So you just got to be honest with yourself when you're in one of these situations. There's people that have been with somebody for a long time and it's just comfortable, right? But it lacks the passion, the spark, this and that. What you need to do is do the little things that are gonna kind of liven things up, right? Could be just the silliest little thing. For instance, this Thanksgiving, I was with my girlfriend. We didn't have our children or anything, and everything's pretty much closed down. So what I suggested is we decided first off that we were gonna make a meal together. And the other thing is we've had so much of this year locked down that you're already used to wearing comfortable clothes all the time and just kind of wearing sweats or pajamas or anything, you know, like that. And we just decided that we were going to dress up. So we put on, you know, nice shirt and tie, and she put on a nice evening gown as if we were going out to eat. and we had a nice meal, really, fancy, proper, classy little dinner. And it was a lot of fun. It was a little silly, but it was a fun time. And, it's just those little things sometimes that can spark it up, give a little bit of adventure. Doesn't have to make sense on paper that you do something, but it shows, first off, that you care, you're making an effort, and you're just trying to have fun with the person you're with. So you can have like emotional stability and have everything where it doesn't have to be high highs and crazy lows and all this other stuff, because you will get sick on that roller coaster. It does a number on your energy, your emotions. It could start to affect your work. It starts to affect your health. And believe me, I'm preaching to the choir. I have done all of that. And that's why I feel very qualified, unfortunately, to speak to it. And until you really start to self-examine, if you find that you're attracting people on that emotional roller coaster all the time, you got to look at yourself and say, okay, where am I making the mistake? What traits of somebody who's like that, that has those characteristics, what am I attracted to about them? And it could be some dysfunction in you, and maybe you're not super adventurous and you're able to fulfill that side, that fantasy side that you want to be a little on the wild side or whatever. But ultimately, is that you every day? I don't think it's any of us, really. At least none of us that have really built anything of any sense of accomplishment, or anything that isn't like in constant limbo of being destroyed by a temper, short fuse, not controlling our mouth, not controlling our emotions, because life's going to throw a lot of things at you, and you've got to deal with it, and deal with it in a way that's going to make you better and not bitter. Don't look back with regrets, right? If you do have regrets, learn from them, move forward, find that person that's going to be on the same wavelength as you. It's going to make life a lot better, although at times it could get boring, and that's where it's your job to try to spice it up. And you need someone who's on the same page with that. Like, share, subscribe.